There's a quiet feeling inside you that you've always known, even if you couldn't quite explain it. It's like a soft whisper, gently reminding you that there's more to life than what you see around you. You felt it during peaceful moments, in dreams, or when time seems to stand still. It's a sense that your current life, no matter how good or bad, is only a small part of what's possible. This feeling has been with you for a long time, maybe even since before you were born. This whisper isn't just a passing thought. It's something deeper. It's your connection to the quantum field, the infinite energy that holds every version of you, every possible path your life could take. It's not just a theory or spiritual idea. It's a truth that lives inside you. And here's something powerful. The version of you who is already happy, healthy, abundant, loved, and at peace isn't far away. That version of you already exists right now. Not in the future. Not after you've fixed everything or earned it. But here and now, just waiting for you to tune into it. That's what quantum jumping really means. It's not about magic or tricks. It's not just about visualizing your dream life. It's about aligning with a version of yourself that's already out there, already alive in a different timeline. It's not something you force with your mind. It's something you feel in your whole body and being. It's an emotional shift, a change in energy. A lot of people misunderstand this. They think it's about thinking positively or saying affirmations. Those things can help, but they're only the surface layer. What really matters is the energy you carry. Your body, your heart, and your emotions send a signal out into the world. And that signal is what the quantum field responds to. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Let's take a step back. Imagine for a moment that every possible version of your life already exists somewhere in the field of energy that surrounds us. Every decision you could have made, every dream you could have followed, every version of you is there, waiting. The only difference between the life you're living now and the one you want is the vibration you're operating on. When your energy changes, when your thoughts, emotions, and body come into alignment, you naturally shift into a new version of your reality. Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton, two well-known researchers and teachers, explain this beautifully. Joe teaches that you can't keep living from the emotions of your past if you want to create a new future. If you wake up each day feeling the same fear, stress, or doubt, you keep repeating the same story. You stay stuck in the same loop. Bruce shows that your biology, the way your body works, isn't controlled by your genes alone. It's shaped by the environment you create inside yourself. Your thoughts and emotions are sending chemical signals throughout your body all day long. They affect how your cells behave. That means you are not a victim of your DNA or your past. You are the one shaping your future right now. This is huge. It means you don't have to fix yourself before you step into a better version of your life. You just have to shift the way you feel and think in the present moment. You have to align with the version of yourself who already lives in the timeline you desire. But that's easier said than done, right? Many of us are stuck in old emotional patterns. We wake up with anxiety. We go through the day worrying, complaining, or doubting ourselves. Our body gets used to these feelings, and over time, we become addicted to them. Even when we want something better, we keep falling back into the same emotional states. That's why just thinking about change isn't enough. You have to feel the change. You have to become it. Let's imagine two versions of the same person. One wakes up and immediately checks their phone. They feel stressed and tense about the day ahead. They carry the same old worries. Their body is tight and their energy is low. The other version wakes up, takes a deep breath, and feels grateful. They don't wait for things to get better to feel good. They feel good first. They open their heart, relax their body, and move through the day with trust and peace. These two versions are the same person, but their energy is completely different. And because of that, the lives they live become completely different too. You might be wondering, how do I make that kind of shift? The answer isn't about trying harder. It's about becoming more aligned. This is called coherence, when your thoughts, feelings, and body all move in the same direction. When your head, heart, and gut are all saying yes to the same dream. When you enter this state of coherence, something magical happens. Your heart's energy field becomes stronger. Your brain becomes more balanced. Your whole body starts to vibrate at a different frequency. And the quantum field, the universe, responds to that signal. This isn't just spiritual talk. It's science. Your emotions and thoughts create an electromagnetic field. That field interacts with the energy all around you. When you feel fear, your field contracts. When you feel love, your field expands. When you're in survival mode, rushing, stressing, controlling, you're blocking your own flow. But when you relax, trust, and open up, you become a magnet for better experiences. So why is it still so hard for people to shift? Because change feels uncomfortable. Even if you're tired of the old story, it's familiar. Your brain and body like what's familiar, even if it hurts. So you may say you want something new, but part of you is still holding on to the old. This is why embodiment matters. You can't just talk about change. You have to live it. Feel it in your body. Walk it, breathe it, become it. Let's take a moment now. Close your eyes if you want. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself gently, what version of me have I been feeding with my thoughts and emotions? What timeline am I keeping alive without realizing it? And how would it feel to fully step into the version of me who's already abundant, loved, strong, and free? This isn't about pretending. It's about choosing, about remembering who you really are. Because here's the truth. The quantum field is listening. Always. It's alive and aware. It responds to your signal, not your words, but your vibration, your emotional state, your true energy. And your future self, the one who's already made the leap, is reaching out to you too. You're not separate from them. They're not far away. They're right here, ready for you to align. If this message speaks to you, take a moment to feel into it. And then, if you're ready, choose a word that represents the timeline you want to step into. A single word like freedom, abundance, health, peace, love, or joy. Let it rise from your heart, not your mind. Let it be a signal to yourself and to the field. You don't have to know how everything will unfold. You just have to begin showing up as if it's already happening. Feel it in your breath. Speak from that place. Move with that energy. Because the moment you shift your state, the universe shifts with you. This is the real power of quantum jumping. It's not about effort. It's about resonance, alignment, coherence. You are not waiting for life to change. Life is waiting for you to change. And the moment you do, the path opens. The door unlocks. And the version of you that you've always known you could be becomes your reality. Let's take a deeper look at what quantum jumping really is. A lot of people think it's about making wishes, setting big intentions, or visualizing harder. But that's not quite it. Quantum jumping isn't about pushing your mind to work overtime. It's not about forcing a dream into existence. Instead, it's about becoming the version of yourself who already lives the dream. It's about matching the energy of the life you want, not someday, but right now. The truth is, the leap doesn't happen out there. It happens in here, within you. When people hear the phrase quantum jump, they often picture a sudden miracle, some big shift in their surroundings. But the reality is far more subtle and far more powerful. It's not the universe that suddenly changes. It's you who changes, your state, your energy, your identity. And once you shift, the world responds to that new version of you. That's how transformation really works. There's something in science called the observer effect. It means that what you observe changes depending on how you observe it. In simple terms, your reality reflects your energy. So when your inner world changes, your outer world begins to change too. That's the power of alignment. When who you are matches the version of you who already has the life you want, you start to live that reality. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this often. He teaches that when you close your eyes, let go of your usual identity, your name, your past, your problems, and tune into a space beyond the physical, you enter what's called the quantum field. In that space, you're not limited by your past or your current situation. You're just pure awareness. From that space, real creation begins. But it doesn't come from the mind alone. It comes from your entire being, your heart, your body, and your energy working together. This is where many people get stuck. They try to think their way into a new life while still feeling stuck in the old one. They think about being rich, but feel broke. They say they want love, but deep down, they're afraid of it. They picture being healthy, but they're still carrying fear and doubt in their body. The quantum field, the energy field that responds to your vibration, doesn't answer to what you say or think alone. It responds to your overall energy. And when your thoughts and emotions don't match, the signal you send out is mixed and unclear. Bruce Lipton, a scientist known for his work in epigenetics, explains that about 95% of our life is run by the subconscious mind. That's the part of you that holds all your automatic habits, beliefs, and emotional patterns. So even if you try hard to think positive thoughts, if your subconscious is still playing old programs like, I'm not good enough, or life is hard, then those old beliefs are still shaping your reality. Your biology, your energy, even your habits, they'll keep pulling you back into the old version of you. That's why real change, real quantum jumping, requires reprogramming those old patterns. But here's something important. You don't have to fight the old. You don't have to struggle with it. Instead, you create the new. You focus on becoming someone new, and by doing that, the old starts to fade away. How do you do that in simple terms? You step away from your current identity, even just for a few minutes, through practices like meditation, focused breathing, or even simple quiet reflection. When you stop identifying with your name, your job, your problems, and just sit in stillness, you enter a space where you're free from your past. In that space, you can begin to feel like your future self, the one who already has what you want. You feel the joy, peace, or freedom they feel. Not because it's already happened in the physical world, but because you're creating it in your inner world first. This is where many people start to see a shift. Because you're not waiting for proof before you feel better. You're choosing to feel better first. And that feeling becomes the magnet for the life you want to attract. But remember, this isn't about doing it once and expecting everything to change overnight. Quantum jumping is a daily practice. It's about coming back to that new state of being again and again. It's noticing when you slip into fear, doubt, or old habits and choosing to shift back. It's catching yourself when you're reacting like your old self and deciding to respond like your future self instead. That's how you stay in alignment. Another important piece is letting go of control. You don't get to decide exactly how or when the new reality will appear. But you do get to choose your energy every day. You choose the version of yourself you're showing up as. You choose the thoughts you feed, the emotions you cultivate, and the actions you take. The external results are simply a reflection of that. Let's make this more real with a simple example. Imagine waking up in the morning. In one version of your day, you wake up, think about all your worries, check your phone, and rush into your to-do list. You feel anxious and disconnected. You might try to manifest something better, but your energy is still stuck in stress. In another version, you wake up, take a deep breath, place your hand on your heart, and feel into gratitude. You take a moment to imagine the version of you who already has what you desire. You move slower, more intentionally. You speak with kindness. You feel connected. You trust. Which version do you think the universe mirrors back? It's not about faking it. It's about being it. You rehearse the new way of living so often that it becomes who you are. At first, it might feel unfamiliar, but the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. You're literally rewiring your brain and body for a new future. Joe Dispenza calls this becoming familiar with the unknown. It means stepping into a new state not with fear, but with excitement. Bruce Lipton talks about this in terms of biology. When you change your emotions, you change your chemistry. You tell your cells a new story. Take a moment right now. Close your eyes if it helps. Imagine the shift has already happened. You've made the jump. The old version of you is gone. How do you feel? What shifts inside you just from thinking about it? Hold on to that feeling. And now, say these simple words, not to me, but to yourself. I am ready. You've already crossed inner thresholds that most people never do. But remember this, the leap isn't the final step. It's the first one. What comes next is the practice of staying aligned. Every day, you're faced with choices, and each of those choices either feeds your old story or builds your new one. There will be days when doubt creeps in, when fear shows up, when it's tempting to fall back into your comfort zone, even if that comfort is pain or limitation. That doesn't mean you failed. It means you're being invited to choose again, to realign, to become the version of you who has already crossed over again and again. The new timeline already exists. It's not a question of whether it's real. It's a question of whether you'll keep choosing it. And choosing it doesn't require perfection. It requires intention. When you fall, you get back up. When you forget, you remember again. That's the work. Every word you speak, every thought you entertain, every action you take, they are all votes for who you are becoming. Are you voting for the old version of you, the one who feels stuck, scared, small? Or are you voting for the new you, empowered, joyful, and aligned? The quantum field isn't testing you. It's reflecting you. Your power isn't in forcing the universe to change. It's in becoming so aligned with your future self that the universe has no choice but to reflect that back. This is why rituals help. Not because they're magical, but because they focus your attention. When you light a candle, say an affirmation, or take a conscious breath, you're doing more than just an action. You're sending a message. You're saying, this is who I am now. This is the life I live. Take a moment to breathe. Really breathe. Let your breath guide you back to yourself. In the middle of busy days, scattered thoughts, and emotional waves, let yourself pause, even just for a few seconds. Put a hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Feel what's alive inside you. Feel the energy of the life you're choosing. These little moments matter more than you think. They remind you that you are not lost. You are not behind. You are still here, still choosing, still becoming. And when the day is over, when the lights are off and the world goes quiet, don't fall asleep replaying your worries or doubts. Instead, let your final thoughts of the day be soft and full of gratitude. Picture the life you're stepping into. Say thank you, not just for what you have now, but for what's coming. Thank you for the new version of you. Thank you for the shift already on its way. Thank you for the becoming that has already begun. Life will challenge you. It's not personal. It's not punishment. It's a mirror. It reflects where you're still holding on to fear, where you're still tangled in old patterns, where you're still choosing the past without even realizing it. These tests are invitations. They're not asking you to fight the old. They're asking you to feed the new. When you stop giving your energy to the version of you that no longer fits, that version naturally fades. You don't destroy it. You outgrow it. You don't force the new you to arrive. You reveal them by nourishing them with your daily choices. You're not just trying to make something happen. You're becoming someone new. And that new version of you, they're not far away. They're not some future fantasy. They're already here, already alive inside you, waiting to be seen and honored. You don't need to build them. You just need to uncover them. That version of you is not a stranger. It's your most natural self. So pause. Right now. Take a deep breath into your chest, then into your heart, then into your belly. Notice what feels tight or heavy. Not to criticize it, not to fix it, but to bring awareness to it. Breathe into that space. Gently tell yourself, maybe even out loud, I trust this process. I trust the leap. I trust who I am becoming. Say it even if your voice shakes. Say it until you believe it. These small moments of trust shape your energy more than you know. This is what it means to do the work. This is the real path of growth. It's not about constantly pushing or proving. It's about remembering. It's about choosing again and again to come home to yourself. And before you rush into the next thing, take a moment to anchor this feeling. Decide on one small thing you will do every day to stay connected. Maybe it's a morning intention. Maybe it's a word you whisper. Maybe it's a simple gesture like touching your chest or looking up at the sky. Let it be simple. Let it be yours. Let it be real. You're not doing this alone, even if it feels like it sometimes. This space, this energy, this message, it exists to remind you that others are walking this same path. Others are also choosing to let go of old versions of themselves and step into something new. And right here, right now, you've arrived at the edge of your past self. You've reached the place where the old falls away and the new begins. Can you feel that? That quiet pulse of something fresh? That's your future calling. This shift you're making isn't about adding more layers to yourself. It's about peeling back the ones that were never really you. The fear that says you can't. The doubt that whispers you're not enough. The stories you inherited about what's possible for your life. These are not your truth. They are just things you picked up. Costumes you wore to stay safe. And now it's time to take them off. Stand bare. Stand open. Stand ready to clothe yourself in the energy of your true becoming. Quantum leaping isn't about chasing. It's about remembering. It's remembering that the version of you who is already living your dream life already exists. Not someday. Now. In this breath. In this moment. In this very heartbeat. You don't get there by forcing it. You get there by aligning with it. By trusting that the universe isn't against you. It's working with you. Because this you. The field reflects your energy. It doesn't judge. It doesn't block. It mirrors. It arranges itself based on the frequency you live in. And when your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your energy begin to flow in harmony, everything around you starts to shift. The external world bends to match your inner world. This is not a trick or a fantasy. It's the natural way of energy. And here's the part most people forget. The leap isn't a one-time thing. It's not a single bold move followed by a happily ever after. The leap is constant. It's daily. It's moment by moment. Every breath is a new choice. Every thought is a chance to shift timelines. Every decision, every pause, every quiet affirmation is a crossing. So ask yourself, are you choosing the version of you who stays small, who apologizes, who waits for permission? Or are you choosing the version who rises, who claims, who radiates truth without holding back? You don't have to wait until you're ready. You don't need to heal every wound before you start. You don't have to prove your worth. You already are worthy. You already have what you need. Right here, right now. Your highest self isn't far away. They are in your breath, in your choices, in your voice. You just have to keep tuning into them. Keep trusting. Keep strengthening that connection. Let this be your daily practice. Wake up knowing you are already enough. Walk through your day not as someone trying to manifest something, but as someone who already is. Watch how you speak, how you move, how you treat yourself. That's the real manifestation. That's how you embody the timeline you want. And when the old timeline tries to call you back, through fear, through habits, through doubt, don't fight it. Just remember who you are. Come back to your breath. Come back to your center. Come back to the truth. You are the portal. You are the key. You are the way. There's no distance between you and your dreams. That future version of you isn't far off. They are already inside you, woven into your being, whispering to you in quiet moments. Feel that. Trust that. Let it guide you. Pause again. Just breathe. Feel the current of life running through you. Not the life you were handed. Not the life you settled for. But the life you are consciously choosing. Say it out loud if you can. I am aligned. I am leaping. I am becoming. Let those words settle into your bones. This isn't the end of your journey. It's the beginning of a new rhythm, a new way of being, a new home inside yourself, one where you no longer wait. You no longer shrink. You rise. You leap. You keep becoming. And if something inside you stirred while reading this, if your heart whispered, yes, then stay connected. Not just to this message, but to your own inner knowing. You don't need followers. You need fellow creators. People who remind you of your own magic. If that's what you're seeking, you found it. Right here, in this breath. So tell the universe who you're becoming. Say it in one word. Just one word that captures your leap. Maybe it's freedom. Maybe it's power. Maybe it's love, truth, or abundance. Or maybe it's a word that only you understand. Say it. Declare it. Let it echo into the field so it can ripple back to you stronger and clearer. Thank you for walking this path. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for trusting this process. Keep leaping. Keep softening. Keep becoming. Because you're not here to watch the magic happen. You're here to be the magic. And when you live from that truth, the universe always responds.